All right, everyone, welcome back to the Par 6 podcast. Today's date, September 1st, 2017, and we just had our first taste of college football last night. But before we get into stuff, another shout out, Dan Bonnett, letting us use their music, intro and outro. And last night, we had Ohio State beating Indiana 49-21, but the game was a lot closer than the score. Wasn't it? What was it at half?
The half is 14-13 Indiana.
Yeah, it was a lot closer than what the score says. I mean, Indiana played really well. That quarterback was crazy. Yeah, I think he had 400 yards or something like that. I don't know. It was a good game though. Ohio State, they picked it up in the second half. Their offense actually started to do stuff. Any other games on last night or there was a few games over the weekend, I think.
But nothing
yeah,
worth looking into. No contenders or even ranked teams really played.
But this weekend we're gonna have some interesting games.
Yeah, the 1-3 matchup between Alabama and Florida State.
How do you think that one's gonna go?
I think Alabama will win it by probably 10 to 14 points.
I think Florida State. It just depends. Okay, if Florida State's offensive line can actually block for Francois, then I think they'll win. But if their line is like it was last year, Francois is going to die at halftime. Before half, probably. And then we have Michigan, Florida State.
No, Michigan, Florida.
Oh, yeah, Florida. Michigan's going to roll them.
Think so?
They have half their team gone. Like more than they have 13 players in total.
Yeah, but only 5 starters. It's just still a lot.
Yeah, and then you have like a lot of substitutes and backups gone. So Michigan's gonna roll over Florida. I hate to admit it, but I don't think that game's gonna be very close. No, they have what's the spread on that? What is it? Michigan by
5.
Michigan -5. Yeah, I can see that. I think it's going to be more than that. It'll be easily double digits.
Think so?
Mm-hmm.
Wait.
And then, what was it? What's the one really good? Vatech, West Virginia. 21-22. That's going to be another good game.
Yeah, Virginia Tech's good, but I think West Virginia with Will Greer at quarterback, I think that they're just a better team, and I think they'll finish in the top 20 this season. West Virginia.
I mean, they're already 22, so
yeah, I don't think they won't make that big of an impact, but I don't think they'll be more than a 2 or 3 loss team.
Yeah, and I think West Virginia, they got a good team. Will Greer was a great quarterback at Florida.
Yeah, he was like 5-0 and then got in trouble.
Yeah, got suspended. Whatever. But some really, really good news. The Browns finish preseason play 4-0 after blanking the Bears. I almost said Cubs. Bears 25-0. I mean, it is only preseason play, but they know how to win now. Like it all starts with getting a taste of winning, and then hopefully feed off of that.
And, defense only gave up 1 touchdown the entire preseason.
Speaking of defense, Joe Hayden's gone. Went to Pittsburgh. That sucked. That really sucks.
Yeah. And then speaking of trades, the Kyrie Irving trade finally went through. Cavs received everything they thought they were going to get, plus a 2020 second-round pick.
And, I mean, I don't know how – I haven't really heard anything on how long Isaiah Thomas could be out, but with that hip injury.
Not good.
Yeah, I mean, they said maybe like a couple months of the season. And, I mean, I don't know, like, do you think D. Rose could play starting minutes for a few months without getting hurt?
I don't know. I didn't realize he was that hurt. Isaiah Thomas.
That's what took the trade so long was.
I knew like he was having issues.
Yeah, so they said maybe like a couple months. I don't know. He telling everyone he's not damaged goods. He's saying he's ready to go.
Mm-hmm.
Indians first place, swept the Yankees over the weekend. They're doing their thing,
And
but
they're closing the gap on the Houston Astros for first place in the American League.
3.5.
And the Astros just added Justin Verlander, who the Indians have had no issues with Justin Verlander.
No, him and Chris Sale, we've had zero issues with. Doesn't he have like a 14.5 ERA? Sale
Against
does.
the Indians, yeah. And Verlander's can't be that much better.
No, so we take care of those guys. No issue. Because that's why everyone was picking Boston to make it out of the AL, go to the World Series because of the Chris Sale signing or Chris Sale trade.
Yeah, but if let's say the Indians could get to that one spot, then you're playing maybe the Twins, maybe the Yankees,
Royals.
Realistically, if you could get away with not having to play Boston and Houston in the playoffs, plus if you get to play Houston in the playoffs, or you get to play Boston in the playoffs, and you play one of them once, you get to face Chris Sale or Verlander twice.
Yeah. And David Price still can't pitch in the playoffs.
I don't think he's ever won a playoff game.
Porcello really isn't doing anything.
Yeah, he's kind of having a down year after last year.
Yes, I still think the Indians should make it out. I guess like Houston's offense, you got to worry about that because they'll get Correa back soon, right?
I don't know. It's not looking good again for him. I can get the exact time.
Yeah, wasn't it his wrist injury?
Wrist and hand.
So yeah, ideal would be us winning, catching up to the Astros, winning the AL, then playing that wild card game.
Oh no, he's expected to be back next Friday. But who knows? He's been out so long.
He could lose his groove. And maybe, since he hurt his hand, how he grips the bat and everything can be different. But
Houston's having a Houston type of
Houston
second half of the season. They do this every year. Them and the Nationals.
I really haven't been paying attention to the Nationals. I think they're still playing well.
They are, but in the past years, they're not good after the break.
Houston, it's been like this for the past 3 years. They have a promising start and then just drop off the face of the earth. But
Go ahead.
Oh no, you go ahead. You go ahead.
Houston really put themselves so far ahead that they couldn't go away. In their division, they're 11.5 games up, but they're 80-53. The Indians are 78-56. So what's that put the Indians at?
3.5.
3.5, 4.5 maybe?
Yeah. So it's obtainable. It's not like
with how many to play.
Still got quite a bit left.
Still about 32 games.
Mm-hmm.
Plenty of time for the Indians if they want to take advantage of it.
Oh yeah, I think they will. They've been playing unstoppable, and then they don't even have They still don't even have Miller pitching.
Miller's not back. Lonnie's not back. Kip hasn't been healthy.
But I heard today the Indians made all their big moves. So the rosters expand today. So now they call Chisenhall's off the DL. Almonte's off the DL. We called up Greg Allen. We called up Mejia. All of those.
Are we getting to that 40-man roster point?
Yeah. Now September 1st is when the rosters expand. So now we have Mejia, Greg Allen. All those guys are back and up here, so they'll get a taste of what it's like. I honestly think they're going to keep Mejia around during the playoffs, just to be like a pinch hitter. Yeah, pinch hitter type. I still don't think he's ready to work with MLB pitchers.
Plus, our catchers now are so phenomenal defensively. Between Yan Gomes and Roberto, they're great defensive catchers, just not great hitters. Maybe you get late in the game situation where you need a pinch hit for somebody like Yan Gomes, who's not very good offensively. Roberto, If Yanni Diaz is playing, he's not playing well, though he has been playing well.
He's been
Giovanni.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he could be a guy to step in and hit.
Yeah, and then and I think with Zimmer, they're gonna lose. His role is gonna reduce a little bit. I think come playoff time, maybe just a late inning defensive substitute, put out in center field or pinch runner. Yeah, as long as the Indians, that's about all we really got for Cleveland sports. Of course, college football is all everyone's talking about, and we're going to start a new little segment on the show. Once my partner gets back here, it's going to be every week we pick 3 games, 3 college football games. We pick one game, one game with the spread, so you just pick a team, pick against the spread. One game over under, and then the third game you pick an underdog. An underdog as in someone who's, according to the spread, is supposed to lose. So, and then we'll keep track of each other's records. You go 3-0 in a week, and we'll just try and see who has the best record come the end of the year. Everything, it's got to be D1 football, all those kind of rules.
You want to both go like 1 by 1 or over, under?
Yeah, so the first one, just a regular with the spread. I'm picking LSU against BYU. LSU is giving away 14 points. I think they're going to start getting that old LSU swagger, I guess, back.
Plus BYU's nothing crazy.
Yeah.
My pick is Michigan over Florida. They're giving 5 points.
Michigan's giving away 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see that. And for over-under, I am picking in the Clemson-Kent State game, I'm picking the over on 51 points because personally, I think Clemson's going to score 51 points on their own. Maybe Kent will chip in a field goal.
I'm taking USC over under 58 against, I'm taking USC over 58 against Western Michigan. So,
yeah, I'm wondering.
It's gonna be a close one.
I wonder if Western Michigan will ever be close to as good as they were last year. And for my underdog team, I'm picking number 22, West Virginia. They're against Vodtech. Vodtech's giving away 4 points. I think West Virginia is going to win that game.
My underdog is Purdue, 24.5 point underdogs to Louisville.
Yeah, I think people are starting to figure out how to guard Lamar Jackson. Okay. Yeah, because that second half of the season last year, he really wasn't too dominant. Playoff predictions, week 1?
Nah, I changed my mind. I don't know.
Nah, I don't think so either. Alrighty, well, it's a shorter episode, but I think that's all we'll get for this one. Thanks for watching, everyone. Stop ourselves